I feel
I'm still laughing at you coming in this studio. Oh my God.
dude, you honestly, I can't even look at you. It is
so much fun.
It is so.
What?
I literally slipped coming in a way that looked like I was trying to be funny, but I did see my life flash before me.
Yeah, I'm so pissed I didn't film that because you had an angle for a second there. It was like a ta-da, but like a ta-da for tards.
There's something.
Ta-da.
Tatard. Bap, bap, bap. Okay, so skateboarders, I've noticed since I am dating one, that you guys, your relationship to pain is so interesting. What?
Dating skateboarders. You're so stupid.
I love you. The dumbest. What?
We're great.
Was that, dude?
I changed my mind. I gotta stop. Like I joke about being lame, but I'm really awesome.
Thank God you finally said that, because you were going through some for a while, and when you call yourself lame, that's an insult to me and my taste in friends.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm like, well, why would I hang out with you if you were lame? So you're actually insulting me when you insult yourself.
Yeah, I'm starting to catch it a lot more now because I love myself more than I ever have. But it used to be dangerous when I loved myself. Because the first time I loved myself was because I felt like nobody loved me. And then when I got good at something, people like fake loved me because I was good at using my skateboard to do tricks.
Yeah.
And then that gave me an ego. And then when that ego became disgusting to me, I killed that guy. So then I always had to shoot myself down whenever I did anything good. It was the only way I could, like, I couldn't accept compliments for at least 2 decades. If you were like, man, that's really awesome, I go, it's kind of gay to say that, but
what are we together? Yeah. Are you in love with me?
You're good at things. Like, leave me alone. But now it's like, yeah, I am. But that's not what, I don't love me because I'm good at tricks or funny.
What is the difference between confidence and self-respect and ego?
Well, ego is the smoke show. Ego you can use when you're like, to fake it till you make it. You know, because there's been times in my life where I'm like, there's no way I can make that. But I'm like, I want it so bad.
Yeah.
That I'm just going to pretend that I can do it until I get hurt enough. And then because I'm scared, and then the pain and the anger of not making it. And then I become psychotic, and then I just go for it. And then I'm like, where was that guy before?
Right.
Like, you could have just been that guy at the start and you wouldn't have to do like 100 slams and get really hurt. We could have just said, I can do that. I will make it. And then go.
Do you think part of you had a masochistic desire to get hurt?
No, because everybody thinks that about me. And I get
know.
it by the way I look. I don't, I'm scared of everything, but I'm so disgusted by backing out of things because I'm scared.
Have you dug into the ancestral trauma of Australia?
Of Australia?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, Bogans.
What's that?
Well, I'm a Bogan, which is a redneck of Australia.
Dude, this is why we get along. Is that like white trash hillbilly here?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because people go, oh, Australia, what's it like? And I'm like, okay, there's different categories of Australia. And I'm from, see, my father ended up making some money and then he kind of moved up into a middle class area. But my dad is a Bogan. He is trash. He's engines and like drinking gasoline, like it's about fights, fires, and boobs. That's what's up. Shooting guns, headbutts, like that's where we live. That's where I grew up.
What is the America equivalent city-wise of where you grew up in Australia?
Well, I just did a show in Louisville and the girl that was with me, Sarah Hyland, is from Louisville and says it correctly. And I want to say Louisville because I'm from Australia. And she said, just so you know, Jason's in the green room drinking a kombucha because he's all Hollywood. And I was like, you bitch.
If you were Hollywood, you would be drinking baby blood. That's different.
This is my show. Like, I booked you. So I go out there and I go, just so you know, Louisville, I've shot, you guys know what razorbacks are? Yeah, they're like giant pigs with tusks. I shot them in the face. And then I put him on a tree and I cut their stomach out and pulled it all out. And then I cut its head off and I put its head on my head. So I will kill anything. Like, and they were like, hell yeah. And we broke down.
And was this for a promo video for Brea? That was for one of your shout outs for Irvine?
I guess it is now. But
you and Bert Kreischer are neck and neck of who does the most insane promos.
What an honor.
I'm literally like, we got to go to his shows, guys, because they're going to hurt themselves. They will perish on camera via drone trying to push these tickets.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's worth it to me.
Okay, so Louisville is the equivalent of where you grew up in Australia.
A little bit, I think. I was only there for 2 days, but yeah.
I think that people have this idea of Australia that it's just like sunny and you guys go to the Great Barrier Reef and everything's like great. I mean, it's kind of a nightmare, right?
I just feel like, when you're a tourist and you go places and you see the tourist bit, and then someone who's from there has doesn't really go to the tourist bit. Like I'm from a boat, can you drive to the beautiful place? Like, is there beautiful beaches down the road from my house? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I lived in like a little suburb where my dad and his friends were just real hard, heavy dudes.
But didn't everyone in Australia descended from criminals that were taken there, right?
Yeah,
from
not
where?
everybody, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
my mum's mum stole a loaf of bread and got sent to Australia. But my dad's dad was Scottish, and he was in World War II, and he was a fitness instructor on a boat back to Australia, just scamming.
I was gonna say fitness instructor.
There was no fit.
When was this? Like the 7? Like
I'm 52, so this is like 50s or something. I don't know, Matt.
Just having him like
hey, I'm Scottish. I don't know. But he was a pro hockey player in Scotland. And then he taught like a aerobics class before you said the word aerobics on the boat.
It was just like having hot girls jump up and down.
He boned my grandma on the boat. That's how he met her. So he scored my grandma on the boat, boned her, made my dad.
Okay.
And then Bob's your uncle. Here I am.
Wild.
Well, my dad was the most influence. So he was like a bogan. He was into AC/DC. The movie Deliverance.
That's Appalachia.
Looking back now, watching that now, it's like, because we used to go whitewater rafting in canoes. And there was several times there where the canoe would break in half. I was given shots of whiskey to stay warm. One time the canoe snapped in half and I floated down on a cooler while I cried like hysterically because I thought I was going to drown, and they were just laughing, saying, "Get over it." And then shooting guns. They lost the guns in the river. And then we went back to the river to get the gun with diving suits. And he actually found the gun, like going through the rapids underwater, popped out with the gun, like 2 weeks later, got the gun, put a bullet in it, and you're not supposed to do this, shot it to clean it out by the river with his wetsuit still on. But that was just always like that. We used to shoot clay pigeon thing. My dad got one. And we had this car as a halflinger.
He couldn't just shoot real pigeons?
Oh, wait. Czechoslovakian car is a halflinger. Then there's the 6-wheel version called a Pinzgau. He had the halflinger. It was the only car at the time back then that had full locking diffs. So you could make all 4 wheels, they would turn no matter what it was stuck on. So it was a really good four-wheel drive. And it was a mini one. So he shot holes through the roof to put the clay pigeon thing on the roof, and then we would go out on a cliff and shoot clay pigeons. Drunk, wasted. And I was like 14, shooting it with a pump action shotgun, and then I shot them all, and then everyone's like, "Yeah, good one." And then I was like, "Look at the butterfly." And I was like, boom. And the butterfly goes,
you shot a butterfly?
Which is so crazy now because I love butterflies so much. Did you know butterflies taste with their feet?
Hold on. You shot a butterfly?
Yeah, look, I was drunk. You had to be there. If you didn't shoot the butterfly when they said there's a butterfly, you would have been a...
If you said I shot a human man, I'd be fine with it. Butterfly? Why is that so hard to take? I feel like that's what they do in Navy SEAL training for you to get to the next level of like SEAL Team 6. They're like, now you have to shoot this butterfly. And they're like,
there was a lot of testosterone in the bush. That's all I can say.
Okay.
But then right after that, I checked the gun to see if it had any more bullets in it by pulling the trigger. And I had it pointed to the side of my head, and it went off in my ear. And I put my hand on my head like that, and I was like, "No blood." And then everyone was like, "Yay!" And then we continued to party. That's where I grew up.
So, professional skateboarder, boxer, comedian. What do they all have in common? Like, what is the common denominator?
They're incredibly difficult to be good at, and when you become good at it, there is such joy.
I'm realizing how toxic I am because Jason and I became friends, started hanging out. You did a bunch of shows with me, platonic. And then you find out someone's a sex addict and you're like, we were alone in rooms too. I mean, we hung out, nothing. So you cannot control your obsession with sex yet around me. It's fine. I'm fine.
Oh, your boyfriend's in the room, but I thought about it. Thought about it a lot, actually. I'm not gonna lie. For a second, when I found out you guys were dating, I was like, "Fuck." I thought I was gonna be, but yeah, I'm okay. I'm happy now. It's way too much information right now.
That's what podcasts are. Yeah. Okay,
but do you realize the biggest show I've ever done in my life was the fourth time I ever did. Was the second time I ever did comedy in front of a crowd.
Wild.
First one was Ryan Sickler, where it was 600 people at Brea, and then you DM me and go, "Hey, do you want to do a show with me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I shouldn't." And you go, "Yeah, it's like a theater," and I'm like, "Okay." And then it was 1,300 people. And yeah, we were in the green room together. And I don't know what you said because I was in shock the whole time. You were like, "Wah, wah, wah, wah." And I'm like, "I don't think I should be here." You're going to be fine. I think I heard you were like, "You're going to be fine." I'm like, I don't know. And then I did it. And then I remember you were filming. There was a light on me when I came off stage. After Tony Hawk jumped on my back when I finished the set, who also, shouldn't say this, but I will, first time ever, because this is a weird thing. I had a heart condition, and I thought maybe I was going to die because it would go into AFib every now and then. So when I skate with Tony, I started skating again when we started the podcast, and skating with him, and he gave me a key to the ramp for my birthday, and we skate together by ourselves. And one time I was skating, and I did a trick that I hadn't done for 20 years, and I said to him on the deck that I loved him, because it was like emotional to me to make a trick that I couldn't do for a long time. And he didn't say anything. And then like it was like a week later and I did that show and he was off to the side. And when he jumped on my back, when he got off, he said that he loved me. And I'll never forget that he said that. And then, wow, don't. And then you filmed me. I didn't know because it was a light on my face. And I was like, who is filming my face? And then you got right to me and I realized that it's Whitney Cummings. And I just did a show in front of 1,300 people, and you were like, "You killed it." And I remember you hugged me, and I looked up at the rafters, and I was like, "This isn't real. This is not really happening, is it?" It was like one of the greatest experiences of my life. And then after in the green room, you were talking to me, and I don't know what you said. I was just
Does
like,
that mean I'm cute?
I was like, I gotta get out of here.
Just want to let everyone know that I am on tour. There's no cool way to say this. I am coming to your city. I'll be at the Majestic Theater in Dallas on September 5th. I'll be in Kansas City on August 10th. On September 7th, I will be in Houston, Texas, and then Austin, and the Warner Theater in DC, and the Beacon Theater in New York, and then Carolina, and then Chicago, Prior Lake, Minnesota, Nashville, Atlanta, Denver, Salt Lake City, San Diego, Anaheim, Jacksonville, Boston, and Connecticut over the next couple months. Go to WhitneyCummings.com. I hate myself for even saying this.
Oh, guys, look, I know that my style is iconic. The gas station t-shirts, whatever I'm wearing now that has a full-on flap on it. Like, what even is this? A t-shirt with like a flap for no reason. I know I'm an icon, okay? But I need to switch. All right, I'm ready to be Jackie O. I'm ready to be Audrey Hepburn. I'm ready to be respected by people. Thank you, Quince, for making it easy with timeless, high-quality items that keep my wardrobe fresh without breaking the bank. Whether it's cashmere sweaters starting at $50, emotional cost absolutely zero, because if you're in a cashmere sweater, you know you're better than everyone. Quince has versatile pants, washable silk tops. Quince has everything you need if you are straight but sick of people knowing that. The best part, all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands by partnering directly with top factories and cutting out the middleman. Because who needs a middleman? A man, much less a middleman. Let's be honest. Plus, Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, which I personally love. I don't need my cashmere sweaters showing up with children's tears on them. I don't need some child factory workers, hemoglobin on my new turtleneck. I fill my closet with pieces from Quince, and they compare so well to luxury brands in style, quality, and price. Make switching seasons a breeze with Quince's high quality closet essentials. Go to quince.com/Whitney for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's quince.com/Whitney. I just want to be clear. that what I'm wearing now is not Quince. Not Quince. Not Quince. Okay. Quince's jeans don't have camel toes, and Quince's shirts aren't doing a bit. No sassy bibs.
So when good things happen to you, are you able to feel them? I do have
Now I am.
Okay.
But not before.
Because you were like, this must
Don't deserve it.
I don't deserve it.
But now I do.
Mm-hmm.
So everything's changed. Everything's shifted so dramatically. Like in the last 3 months, I'd say 4, because 4 was like the beginning. But the last 3 months has just been like, I had a feeling, like I didn't want to give up, because I was like, it could happen. Something good it's not over.
Mm-hmm.
Something's telling me that it's not over. But also something else was really loud saying it is.
Mm-hmm.
This is the end for you.
And then what did it give you hope that you came and started doing comedy and saw all these like despicable scumbags succeeding? And you're like, I mean, This is the water's warm. Come with us.
I think I see it. I think only now. I think I was in such a dark place that I'm so thankful that because now there's people that say hello to me at the Comedy Store. I'm like, I feel like I'm in Cheers. Like everybody knows me and everyone's really nice to me. And I think maybe that was the case the whole time, but I didn't realize that. Like only in the last couple months have I realized where I'm like, I belong here. Like this is my little home. Everybody, Bobby Lee, everybody, like the biggest people, you're all nice. Like come in the green room. I'm like, really? Like everyone is nice to me and accepting. And then I've had a lot of other guys, like door guys that I'm friends with, that are like, we like you because you did it the right way and you didn't come in swinging, thinking anybody owed you anything. And I was like, wait, go back. Did you just say that everybody likes me? Because I've had like homos and people like that have said this to me recently, and I'm like, you guys are the core to me, like of the Comedy Store. Like you're putting in the work, and you think I'm okay, but you also were a little suspicious at the start because you thought I was going to come in and like, I'm not going to say a person's name, but like, you know what I mean, cool guy it because I've been cool in another career first.
If you're a comedian, you were never cool. You're never going to be cool. You're not cool.
Right.
That's not what we do here. That's just not our thing.
See, so I think it was a good thing that I was so down when I started, because I really kind of hated myself and was so dark that I didn't expect anything. And if anybody did give me a shot, like to me, I'm still, if anybody wants me to do a spot or at any time, anywhere, I'll go. Like, I don't think sometimes people go, look, I know, like Ian Finance was like, hey man, I'm doing some shows. Like, I know you're like headlining now, but I don't, and I was like, shut up. Like, yes, I will do, dude, I'll be your MC. Like, I'll just be your butt buddy. I can cheer for you in the background. Like, what do you mean will I not like do a spot before you? That's ridiculous.
That's something that I see, look, we welcome everybody. Even if you suck at comedy, if you want it and if you're trying, you have a place here, right?
Yep.
If you're great, but you're everybody, you still have a place here. So you just do. If you take someone else's joke, it's over.
Yeah.
There's no one respects you. It doesn't matter if you have 20 years of doing it, it's over.
I love that.
And it is a hard and fast rule. It is a bottom line. There is no ambiguity on this. It is over. Carlos Mencia, over. He had the biggest show on TV. Yes, I just missed my hand by like 2 inches, and it was over, and that was it. Even if there's rumblings of it, and it's never untrue in comedy, because comedians, for all the things that we do, we don't lie to a fault, frankly, you know. Yeah. And no one wants someone else to steal a joke. That's not good news for anybody. But if it's like, and then I watched Chris and P-Rod talking about like if you do someone else's trick. Yeah. Can you explain this? It gave me goosebumps.
I used to be really bad with that. Like I would just call it right there and then. And some people, especially in vert skating, like there's not that many, it's the same ramp everywhere you go. So like street guys can do one trick on different things and it's their version. They found a spot that no one's done it on. It's not the same. Vert ramp is pretty stock. It's like if you do a certain trick a certain way, there's only one kind of ramp. So you're just doing it that way. I'm more of a style guy. Like I don't care about being technically cool. I care about what I do is perfect.
I love this so much. And this is probably part of the reason we get along so well. I'm like that, I feel like in stand-up. too. Like I want everything to be super precise.
Yeah.
Is that like I'm just obsessed with the similarities.
Yeah, like my hand, people don't know this, but when I do front stairs, I slide my hand off. I don't let go. I slide it off. And my hand also does this. It doesn't go like this. My hand looks like that when it comes off. And then when I land, my hand, it's called a toss. That's my name for it. Like I toss on. So like I like extra style points. I'm doing it on purpose.
But
like when I do Smith grinds, this hand is like this because I'm tossing on.
But how did
like
you
I'm posing.
How did you decide that? Did you do it? I literally want to know the process. You do it once and your hand's not like that. You get it and then you add the style later? Or do you
Nah, everything I do is toss. I don't do nothing with the flavor. That's why it's hard to do technical stuff, because if I'm spinning and flipping at the same time, it's pretty hard to keep the toss. I like basic tricks because I do certain tricks where not only am I tossing on, like if I do a salad grind, like that's my trick. Nobody will ever do a salad grind better than me. Nobody.
Say it in the camera.
So when I'm doing my salad grind that I can still do at 52, not only am I tossing in the grind, but it's the after toss. When I come in, there's an after toss across the flat that is critical. And if you do it, that's it. Last time I got knocked out because I was so focused on the after toss. And not many people will understand this, but I did an alley-oop backside Smith grind. And my favorite thing about that trick is the after toss. It's not even the trick. It's after I make it, I do this with my back hand and I let my hips kind of go a little bit when I come back in. It's like a shrug of like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know me, mother. And I do it every single time. And people like Tony they're like, yeah, fuck, Ellis is after tossing his ass off over there.
Yeah, he's just
so I was like, I'm going to after toss this shit.
Yeah.
And I was
talking, now what, Dad?
I was in the middle of talking on an 11-year-old girl because she's really good. Her name's Reese, and she's an amazing skateboarder, and she can do a lot of technical stuff that I can't do. And I was like, but you can't do alley-oop backside Smith with after toss like this, you little. And then all of a sudden I was on the flat, and Tony's like, hey, man, where are you? And I was like, I'm here. What do you mean? He's like, what are you here to do? I'm like, a podcast? He's like, okay, you're good. I'm like, wait, did I get knocked out again? And he's like, yeah, dude. I've been asking you this for the last 20 minutes and you said you didn't know. And I was like, God damn it. Because it's happened a lot in the last, since we did the podcast, I've skated a lot again and I took a big gap, like 20 years, and I came in hot and I've been knocked out 4 times at the ramp, and it's usually just Tony and I wake up and it's like, hey man, where are you? Because he does the doctor shit. Because that's like, once I wake up, Tony asks me where I am and who I am.
Okay.
And once I start answering it correctly, he knows that I don't have to go to hospital.
Is this how you've gotten all this confidence and you've changed lately? Your memory's been erased and you're a new person now?
I wish, because that was the worst thing about, okay, here's the biggest one.
It's a way to get a lobotomy for free.
Here's the best one that happened. I was going to go skate. And I started praying, and I don't really believe in God. It's hard because people with the fake, Jesus is white.
But if I may, God, good orderly direction.
Yeah, so I started praying a lot because of my sobriety and all that stuff. So this one particular morning, I get out, I go on the grass, and I learned this from like a sponsor. I get in a 3-point stance, and I don't pray on my knees. I pray in a 3-point stance because it gets me fired up. That's just how I got it from this one guy, and I've never stopped using it. I don't even play football, but I'm doing it. So I do this. I do the prayer
every day.
And
your girlfriend's like, oh.
I just ask.
She thinks she's like, oh.
She still gets it. Anyway, I do the 3-point stance prayer, and I go, hey, man, I'm going to skate today. Like, I'm not asking for anything cool. I just want you to keep me safe. And I was like, that's not asking for too much. So that day I skate, and I get knocked out, right? And I'm like, I said, can I be safe? And that was not safe. Like, I've been knocked out like 30 times. This is getting crazy. Like, I should maybe stop. Then the voice in my head, when I get in the car to leave, says, hey, Jason, why don't you kill yourself? And I was like, what? No. And it's like, no, seriously, think about it. I'm like, I have thought about it like several times. No. And why are you so loud today? And then I'm driving home for 2 hours from San Diego back to LA, and it's saying it over and over again. And I'm getting real sad, and I know from being knocked out that it makes you sad, depending on how hard you hit it. And I was like, okay, this is a pretty good one because I'm pretty sad about it. And there's a voice that's straight up telling me to kill myself. And I'm like, man, I can't believe this is happening to me. I asked God to like give me a sign, like help me with my life. And then I go to bed. I wake up in the morning and another voice tells me something nice. And I go, wait, is that God? And I know it's not like, because it'd be so much easier if you pray for something. I go, God, what do you think I should do today? Man, I've got this thing that's happening and I don't know what choices I should make. And it goes, don't take that. Don't take her to dinner. She's not worth it. Don't buy that. You can't afford it. Like, he never says anything direct.
I love the idea of God going, she's not worth it.
Yeah, I needed that several times.
She's a what are you doing?
And he wasn't the yes.
She's a mess.
Please, God, just let us one time say that. It would have been so much. You saved me so much trouble. No, you'd have to mysteriously work it out in mysterious ways. But since that day, there's been a clear voice of now both. So now I do hear God. Wow. I ask God, what should I do? And it's me, but it's me coming from a place of kindness and love.
It's sanity.
It's good advice. And that voice now is so clear that I go, oh yeah, like man, I would want to smoke weed again. It'd be like, yeah, and ruin your whole life. Like, think about how much work you've put in to get here. Don't do that.
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, good. And then there's the other one. It's like, hey man, she's pretty hot. She wants your number. And I'm like, yeah. And she probably got like STD and she definitely doesn't like you. Like, she's just trying. And it's like, yeah, don't bone her. Go home. You're fine. Wake up in the morning and you will thank yourself that you didn't do that. And I'm like, that voice is now super clear to me. And it wouldn't have happened if I hadn't have got knocked out, which means God did take care of me in a mysterious way.
It's you got the gift, but not the package you thought it was going to come in.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
That one. And then also it's like when you resist temptation, that's what builds your self-esteem. So God's throwing more and more temptations at you so that you can resist them so you can build your self-worth as quickly as possible.
Everybody wants to have sex with me now.
That's it. It works if you work
They never wanted to have sex with me. There was a huge window where I was so desperate and nobody wanted to bone me.
Yep.
And then everybody wants to bone me.
This is God's way, or God, whatever you believe, higher power, etc., of going, we want you to get as much self-esteem as possible. If you resist all these, you're just going to build your self-worth way faster.
Comedy girls wanted to have sex with me after the show.
Who?
For the first time
Comics?
ever. No.
Oh.
No.
I was like, name them.
Fans.
Name them. Having sex with fans. That always goes well for men in comedy.
Old me would have been like, woo. Because I used to do that with all the other groupies. But now I go, and Sarah Hyland said that you realize that's the most disrespectful way to handle it, but also good for you. Because I go, ah. When girls go, I think you're super hot. And my boyfriend said that we could have sex if you wanted to. And I go, aw.
Yeah, and we're tight on cash and would like to sue you in like 3 months. So want to come have sex with us so that we can get a settlement? Like, are you insane?
I didn't even think about that. I just said no. But I'm pretty proud of myself, Whitney.
It's as you should be. And that's how the program is working.
I used to be a fat whore.
What was like the moment?
I lost everything. I lost everything I cared about. And it was all my fault. And I let it go. And I didn't even see it going. And then all of a sudden it just hit me that this is all my fault. And that I always run. I always run. I use something to run. And I was at the end. I was like, I'm gonna knock myself off. I've done it. I've done enough. I've annoyed enough people. Like, sure, did I do some cool things? I did. But at this point, I'm such not a fan of me. Ugh. That I don't need to be here anymore. And I'm sick of running. I'm sick of hiding. I'm sick of lying.
Ugh.
And I'm just done with it. So before I go, I want to be clear-headed so that I know for sure that I don't need to be here anymore. And my ex, I don't care about what happened. It was I felt bad. Like I lied to her. I cheated on her. I've also lied and cheated on every other girl that I dated in the past. Maybe there was a couple that I didn't, but I'm sure I would have if I had got the chance. I'm an addict, and I didn't realize until I put in the work that because I never lied and cheated maliciously. Because I've had guy friends that are like, hell yeah, I did this, I do that, I take my wedding ring off.
Sick.
Mine would be like, I can't. I'm married. I shouldn't. wait, you're putting your vagina, oh man.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I would do it and go, dude, you're such a piece of shit. And then I would hate myself. And the only way to deal with that would be to run from it.
So it's like the shame addiction almost. Like when I hear about sex addiction, it's like, because, addiction being defined as when something becomes an obligation, and to continue doing something despite negative consequences, fine. But it's almost like it doesn't even feel good. It's like that your tolerance is so high for what you need. It's really about the hit of shame afterwards to contribute to the engine to go like, and now I need to drink to numb that. And now I wake up, I'm hungover. Now I have more shame. Now I need to do this drug. Now I need to have more sex. And it's just kind of like, it keeps compounding and compounding.
And if you try to, because I've had times of sobriety. I've never had times where I was like, I'm not going to have sex with anybody. That one was always like, that's not a problem. That's just something that I like to do. That's like instinct. It's hereditary. I'm a
alpha
whore.
male.
Yeah. Oh, I never use that.
Khan.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a whore is what I would probably call it. Like I'm a slut, And it's like if you're a dude slut, it's not as shameful.
Oh no, it's like sick.
To me now, it is. So when I started to,
because your drug is a human, it's a person.
Yeah,
it's a transactional person.
Kratom got me first.
Dude, Kratom.
I do want to talk about it because people talk about, it makes you a great conversationalist. So does you quad. Like, what the are we serious? It's an opioid.
But it's from plants, Poppy?
Yeah, but it does the same thing. And then when you get off it, it does the same thing as when you get off. It took me 36 days. I was in meetings doing this at one point, and this is when I'd stopped having sex with and I was like, I feel sick inside. And I was like, I've had staph infection. Maybe I have staph, or maybe I have chlamydia because I've had that like a lot. And I go, I got to go get an STD check. And I was like, but I haven't had sex. That's impossible. And I was like, maybe it's an old chlamydia that's like coming back because my brain is not working that well. So I still went to the doctor. It's a
resurgence of that 90s chlamydia.
Because what else can it be? It can't be Kratom. Kratom is just like some herbal mallow
evergreen
thing.
It's from the tropical evergreen tree in the coffee family, native to Southeast Asia. Well,
it reacts the same way as an opioid. It blocks your opioid receptors.
That's right.
And then I also found out that it was like, you can't die from it. No, that's not true. People have died from it. Hundreds die a year from it. So watch out, everybody. You have seizures and die. I've had wives that reached out to me when I talked to them about it and was like, I lost my husband to it. So stop it with it's totally healthy thing. Look, you can have a beer every now and then. That's totally healthy. You can smoke every now and then. I'm not saying that's it. I'm all against it. I'm just saying for me, I'm done running. You know what I mean? As a guy that like thought he was a tough guy.
Yeah.
That's the thing I always talk about, because there's a lot of people on social media talking about, hey, you're be a man and you're be tough, you don't quit. And I'm like, I'll knock those guys out for sure. Like, I'll switch you off quick, dude. And I cry and I quit. I break down all the time, and I'm not afraid to say it.
That's the most manly thing you can do.
Right. Like Mike Tyson said he was scared before he fought everybody.
That's right.
Mike Tyson's the most dangerous man you could ever have a fist fight with on the planet.
But
and he was scared before he fought.
Not crying is bitch, right?
Yeah.
Because it's
a
bitch to be
lie.
like, yeah, I'm sad.
It's
like,
a lie. And if
pretending,
you hold it
you're
in,
acting. Oh my God, you're acting.
Anger
You're like, oh,
is
I'm just in the
sorrow.
theater. I
Like,
don't cry.
people
like,
that
you're
are
an
really
actor.
angry are really sad.
That's right.
I know, because I am that. It's like, this is the thing why I know more about stuff, because I have been really tough. Like, I've been in fights where people have hit me in the head and my leg doesn't work, and I've smiled at that person. I've had like woo, I hear like woo, woo, woo humming, and somebody's trying to kick me in the face, and I'm like, nah. Not even, dude. Not even. I'm still coming at you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm a warlord, dude. I'm ready to go.
Sick.
And I am scared. I cry. I don't want to fight people. I don't want to get hit. Ow. You know, like when people hit me, ow. But do I tell that to the other person? Nah, because this is war. It's a different kind of face. But we're all like trying to say that you're not that, like that you don't get scared. It's just a lie. And then the constant running, or like, I'm tougher, I puff up. If you cut me off, I'll stab you, or I'll pop your like, I'm just so sick of everybody pretending that they're crazy people. Like you cried when you came out of your mum's vagina. You love your mummy. You did at one point. Maybe she was a bitch, but everybody loved their mummy at one point. You want to get a hug. It feels good to be loved by people. Stop acting like you're so hard. Like, I'm so sick of everyone being so tough when I know none of us really are. Because I'm tough, and I'm here to say I'm a pussy.
When you're authentic, you attract the actual people you want to hang out with.
There was a time there where I really wanted to be famous, because I thought if I was famous, everybody would love me.
Can I tell you my favorite quote about that? Bill Murray. try getting rich and see if you still need to get famous.
Yeah.
It's like, I thought I wanted to be famous, but I just want to pay my bills. And I didn't know there was like a difference.
I remember Tupac used to say that like he didn't care about the fame, he just wanted the money. And I remember saying that I am the opposite of Tupac. I don't care about the money, I just want to be famous.
And then when you're famous and broke, which I've been, you're like, oh, wait, this is even worse. Because everyone thinks I have money and I don't. Whereas before they didn't think I had money and I was broke. Now everyone.
I might be kind of doing that right now. It's just not that famous, but I'm still like recognizable from time to time.
You're pretty famous.
Yeah, but I'm broke as
Wild.
But it's cool. I'm so happy now. I've never been happier. So I'm like that. And I know that from my skill and work ethic and being a good person, it'll come.
Yes,
you know?
it really will.
So it's gone now. Like that fear of like, oh, what if and I'm like, I don't really need it anyway. Like I got enough right now. I got a girlfriend that has a horse and she lets me ride it. I don't need anything from anyone. She got a big giant rabbit and his name is Tony, and he comes over the house and stays. I got a hairless midget cat and 5 little doggies, and they all love me, and a dragon. Like everything is beautiful, man. Everything is great.
Doesn't get much better than that.
That's what I think.
Money is also an addiction.
Oh, yeah.
That is, workaholism goes hand in hand. Yeah. But when you see people that have so much money and they're like, okay, so every morning I wake up at 4 a.m. and I got to make money. And you're just like, you're so rich. What amount do you, who am I talking about? Who am I talking about by accident?
I love Rob so much.
Rob who? Deer Deck?
Rob is on fire. Like he's a billionaire. And he's like, before I wake up at 4, here's what you've got to do. You wake up, and he's like, I celebrate all the birthdays, and I celebrate all the weddings. And I'm like, I love him. He is like,
I did not know that I was doing an impression of Rob Deerdeck.
Spot on, yeah.
So why does he have all his money?
He was one of the guys back in the day when he was still a really good pro skateboarder. He already had crazy investments and made way more money than all of us did when we were getting paid a lot of money.
Okay.
And then he did all these other things on top of that where he's a genius.
Yeah.
And a motivational hustler. He is a really good guy. He's come on my show before where he didn't need to come on, and he was like, he
proposed to his girlfriend at Disneyland. I'm out.
I can't. I'm backing Rob all the way to that.
I'm with you, Rob. You seem lovely, but that is so weird.
Suck.
There's no other place to propose besides Disneyland?
Some people really like that place. I don't like Disneyland, but I can't. Look, some people wear Skechers. There was a time, old Jason, where if you wear Skechers, you need to get the out of my house right now. I don't want your anywhere near me. It might get on me. What kind of a brain decides, yeah, Skechers is a good shoe brand? You idiot.
But here's what I'm saying. You guys have no idea what it's like to not be you. And you guys are like, oh, we're cool. Who we're Skechers? Dorks that aren't as cool as you.
What? You didn't let me finish.
They were like, I'm going to Jason Ellis's house. I'm going to put on my 6 Skechers. Like, no one leaves the house thinking they're a loser. They think they look cool, and you're a bully.
I agree.
You think they wanted to fail?
But hear me out. Name one cool person that's like fun to hang out with that has those shoes on.
I mean,
okay, I'll give you one because I never forgot it. I was at this is gonna blow your mind, dude. I was at a dentist one time when I used to be rich and I worked for Sirius because my dentist was rich.
That's so LA. I'm sorry, that's so like America to be like when I was rich and had dental care. Like
Larry David had Skechers on. But Larry David hates money. He's posing because he has so much money. So it's like a reverse. He's doing a reverse. I don't care so much. I have the worst shoes on in the world. But he knew that they were the worst. He's so smart. He knows either the dumbest sneakers.
He's trolling you.
He's trolling, yeah.
He's trolling you.
So that guy doesn't count. Nobody else wears them unless you are a tool.
Dude, hookahs, here's what I'll say. I appreciate, look, here's what I like. I like grit and I like heart.
Cybertrucks.
We'll get there. What I love about Skechers, do you realize?
If you get a Cybertruck, you like Drake. Same difference.
Do you?
Sooner or later, you're going to figure out you're an idiot.
Here's what I'm obsessed with.
Yeah.
Like there's people whose job is they work at Skechers.
If you're okay, well, that's your job.
I'm just saying.
Some people slaughter cows.
They have to go.
The bolt in the head. That's not a cool.
They have to go out every night, flirt with girls, and she's like, "Oh, what do you do?" Like, I work at Skechers. At what?
You are a manager at a shoe company. You don't have to name the brand. You can still get laid.
It's gonna come up.
Don't say the brand. If you like don't say the brand.
What's a piece of advice that you wish someone had told you at the start of your pregnancy journey? Well, with Ritual, one thing I didn't need to worry about was whether I was getting the key nutrients that I needed to support my little bebe that was growing in my tummy. Feel confident with Ritual's Essential for Women prenatal multivitamin designed to deliver 12 key nutrients for pregnancy in just 2 daily capsules. This prenatal multivitamin supports mom to baby with vegan, bioavailable, and science backed nutrients like methylated folate and choline for neural tube development. Honestly, why don't we say that more? Like when someone's stupid, just be like, I feel like his neural tube is underdeveloped. You know what I'm saying? Like that feels like I feel like I know a lot of people whose moms did not take ritual. Also, your baby's going to get omega-3 DHA for brain and early vision development and vitamin D for fetal bone health. Plus, it's designed with morning sickness in mind, featuring a delayed response design that's gentle on an empty stomach. It is so important to know what you're putting in your body, especially when you're pregnant. And with Ritual's dedication to traceable science and sourcing, you always will. See for yourself with 25% off your first month for a limited time at ritual.com/Whitney. Okay, guys, are you selling a little or a lot? Take your time answering that one. I'm going to just keep letting you know why I'm curious. Shopify helps you do your thing however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business, from the launch your online shop stage to the real life store stage to the, did we just hit a million orders stage? What? Shopify is here to help you grow, whether you're selling scented soap, still with the outdoor outfits. I mean, like, I cannot. Here's what I do know about Shopify. It is such a successful company that they don't listen to the podcast that read their ads, because every time I read a Shopify, I use Shopify. This is, by the way, get Shopify. Okay. Shopify.com/Whitney, grow your business no matter what stage you're in. But like the it's such a booming company that they do not have time to listen to the fact that truly every time I tell you guys about Shopify and read the copy, it says like the two main references for businesses are scented soap, which, by the way, unscented soap is more like soap, you assume it's scented. So like unscented soap is more of a like, that's your hook. It's unscented. You know what I mean? And then outdoor outfits. It's got the word out in it. Outfit. It's outdoor outfit. It's an outdoor outfit. Like I'm a like you know what I'm saying? That's like saying I'm a funny comedian, which I know for women sometimes you do have to specify. Like she's funny though. But like I just I keep trying to connect to the whoever makes these ads and no one is listening. Or maybe they just think it's funny that I get caught on this every single time. Like, I cannot stop thinking about it. Like, I can't. Outdoor outfits, like, I would like if someone said we make indoor outfits, I'd be like, give me the website. Indoor outfits, like outfits that are specifically for being inside. Like, I gotta see what these look like. Like, I'm an aspiring, like, Grey Gardens, like, homebody maniac. Anyway, so, you know, you guys out there making outdoor outfits, Shopify is gonna help you sell everywhere. Ev everywhere. It's unless you're indoors. You know what I mean? They're all in one e-commerce platform, and in-person POS system have got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, 36% better on average compared to other leading platforms. Maybe they mean like hiking gear. You know what I mean? It should, like, why am I saying? Do you think parkas, raincoats, Gore-Tex, okay, or like sexy Gore-Tex, Gore-Tex. I know they don't listen to this, so I'm just gonna keep wilding out. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Whitney, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com shopify.com/Whitney now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. That's shopify.com/Whitney. It's been a pleasure being sponsored by Shopify. I know I'm about to get a text saying they have dropped us, but it's called OCD.
But why is Skechers obviously, I mean, look,
Nickelback sold 40 million albums. There's some dumbasses
So let me
on
ask
this
you,
planet.
is Skechers the Nickelback of shoes?
Yeah.
I love like that. So hookahs are the what of shoes? Hookah is the Coldplay of shoes? Hookah, new shoe brand. I love it when someone goes, yes, Adidas, Nike. There's all is established shoe brand. We're starting a new one. It's a very established. It's like starting a new soda. It's like Coke, Pepsi. I got one that's gonna. And then Hookah did it.
Did they? What did they do? What exactly did they do?
They are at REI.
Oh, wow.
They're all over the place.
Yeah.
I see people wearing hookahs. Matt McCusker wears hookahs. And they sent me a pair and I was like, nope. And I went, nope. And then one day I was in a jam and I put them on and I was like, oh my God.
Look, I heard Crocs are comfortable.
They are?
I'm just saying, the world is a crazy place.
I got Chris Cole to get Birkenstocks.
Well,
Got that, Pat.
hey, don't text me anymore, okay?
See what you've done?
He has not worn them one time.
You
to be
damn
fair.
right. Okay, you can text me.
Not once.
But if you put them on, just lose my number.
But it's like,
Birkenstocks.
you don't know what it's like to not be you.
What are you talking about?
Here's the thing about
I've worn several shoes, okay? I understand what it's like to be a lot of different people.
I know, but
I've been uncool.
when? You're wearing pink sunglasses and it looks awesome.
Well, right now I'm on fire, but I've had windows. Like there was a time there where I think I had like red leggings with like long black shorts with Metallica patches on the side.
I feel like it looked cool.
Oh, that was pretty cool. But one time a girl
Everything
walked by
looks
and she was
cool
like,
on you.
"Who are you supposed to be?" And I was like, "Yeah, you kind of got me." I think I'm a kook, but
Skateboarders are obsessed with bad shoes. Comics, we're obsessed with bad like haircuts, clothes, but it's the way that you got, I mean, the vitriol that you have in your...
It's passion.
But it's
passion for the game of life.
It's a good...
Like if you just let it go and you're like, I don't care. Like these pants are like, and it's like, it's your pants that you wear every day of your life. It shows me that you don't care about you. You know what I mean? If you're like 700 pounds and you've like beards all untrimmed and you smell like ass, it's like, what? Like you can't take care of my kid. You know, you can't walk my dog. Like you might eat it or walk it into a car. Like you don't care about life. You have passion. You know what I mean? Like if I love a flower, like because I love the way it looks. God made it in such a way where I'm like, look at that thing. I want to smell it. I want to be its friend. If you're just like, man, I don't really care. You don't understand life. You're not hugging it. You're not getting in and grasping it. Like if Metallica makes you cry, it's because you're passionate about shit. You live for it. You ever heard a song where you're like, that's it. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to do sprints every day. I'm going to get like 20 pounds more muscle from one song played for 3 minutes of your life. Have you ever had that happen?
Yeah.
I got determination tattooed across my whole back from one song that I heard at a gas station one time.
A word you can't even see?
I can't spell it either. It might say bike rack for all I care. But in here, I know that it means determination.
I'm determined to not see this tattoo.
No, one time a friend was like, what's that say? Bike rack? And I went, does it? Because that was when I really couldn't read. I learned how to read and write from having a radio show.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't go to high school or learn to read and write in Australia?
I was just explaining this to my girlfriend when she was laughing and she's like, no, seriously. And I'm like, seriously? I used to be sponsored by Planet Earth when I first came to America. Chris Miller, greatest vert skater that ever lived, sponsored me because he knew that I was one of the greats. McGill Skate Park. If you go to McGill Skate Park, if you write down your sponsor, you get in for free. I can't spell Planet Earth, so I would wear the T-shirt and I would go to the front and I would look at the T-shirt and spell it so I would get in for free. When I cashed checks when I was a kid, I used to have a wrist guard on me at all times and I would put it on to say that I can't write because I couldn't spell like 100 or 1,000 or any of that stuff, and I was too embarrassed. And then when I got older, I was like, I can't read or write.
Can I ask you something kind of dorky?
Yeah.
Do you dream more now that you're?
Oh yeah. I never dreamed.
That was the.
Which was the worst thing when I got sober and was going through like financial and like the relationship stuff, and then all my dreams were of all that, and I'm like, I'm worried about it all day. And then I go to sleep and I get intense, unrealistic versions of it all night. Cool, man.
It is a really tricky one because every now and then I'm like, I can do this every now and then or whatever. But then it's like when people say, do MMA, it's like the best day of your life. The next week you'll be like suicidal, but it's like amazing. I don't want the aftermath. I'd rather it never feel that good than have to live life going, well, I've been at the top of them and now I'm here.
It's pretty fun, but...
It's fun, but like it just didn't work. It's like you can't have pizza every night for dinner. You can't go on roller coasters every day. Like it's just, what are we, 5? Like addiction is it's why they say alcoholics are the only people that think they deserve to be having fun all the time. Like I'm not having fun. Someone needs.
They're just quick fixes though. They're not like for me now, the satisfaction of certain things lasts forever. Like the things, like I've helped my son with stuff. His school has reached out to me, not his mum. Because they know that they can trust me, and I've helped my kid turn his schooling around this year. That will last me forever. Like I'm happy about that whenever I think about it. And I think about it from time to time because as a guy that's illiterate, that didn't have any education whatsoever, and my kids know it. Like by the time they were 5, I didn't read them bedtime stories. I made up stories because they both knew that Dad couldn't read the book. And now am helping him with his education. And his t-shirt, his like
Ooh.
But that, now you're doing it to me. It's bullshit.
Fuck you.
My kid's mother, I haven't really spoken to her about it, but I know she knows that what I'm doing right now is the best me that there ever has been. And it's very noticeable when she texts me now that she's in on it. She's letting it happen. Like, don't get too close because you never know. Jason can backfire again. He has a track record. And I respect that because I have. I have been sober for a little bit and then I've gone off the rails again. I have been like seeing somebody and then I'm back to seeing somebody crazy. Like that's my track record. So I don't expect that much from her. I'm just happy that today I'm a good guy and you can lean on me and and I've got a good idea for Tiger to like get in better shape because he tried to compete with me at the gym the other day and I smoked him.
Your son.
And now he's eating my diet.
Can I ask you about this? Since you have been in program and had all this clarity, what are some things you have clarity on that you didn't have clarity on before? And I'll just throw a couple to give you a second to think. I remember going like, before I like really got emotionally sober and went into program and stopped smoking weed, I had this narrative like, women in comedy are mean. These just generalizations.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Fox doesn't like me because of this job that I passed on. Like I had all these self-limiting beliefs that were all about blame and making excuses so that as a reason for why I didn't have the thing that I wanted that I probably shouldn't have anyway, you know?
Yeah, I didn't realize that was the reasons as to why I thought that, but I thought the same way as you. I had that. They've got my number. They just don't like me for whatever reason it is.
It's like
this guy will never have me on his podcast because I was told one time that he doesn't like me. Or you know what? When I think about it, back in the day, I was pretty annoying, so I had it coming anyway. And it's like future tripping.
Yeah,
is like a thing that I will do where it's like, that person's never gonna like me. Why? I did this thing a long time ago, so it's probably like that. And it's like. No, from like being open about my sexuality, I used to think there was just certain people who would never be my friend again because of the things that I've admitted that I've done in the past, And then it's like, it's got nothing, none of that has anything to do with anything. If anybody really did think that, they weren't your friend in the first place.
That's right.
But I think maybe I used to say that, but now I believe it.
Interesting.
So it's like a confidence thing, especially with shows. When I talk, a lot of my stand-up involves talking about I have jokes about gay interactions because of the way I look. If I talk about gay interactions, a lot of people are like, he's joking, right?
Dude, you in the first time I saw you do stand-up in San Diego that time, about Boa, I think it was.
Yeah.
You were amazing, but you didn't talk about any of that, I don't think.
No.
And then you came and did Irvine or Brea or something with me.
Brea.
You were murdering. Literally, my tour manager, who thinks nobody is funny, Kyle, was like, dude, he's hilarious. He was like, this is the funniest. It all happened to be your superpower so that you could talk about it on stage.
I want to be funny. I want to make people laugh, but I also want people to walk out of there going, you know what? What is so bad about that? You know, like what if somebody does sleep with the same sex? Does that really make them an evil person? Because that's really another big thing that I want to get across to people. Like, I don't do it myself anymore because I'm involved with one person, and I just don't feel like doing it with people anymore. I'm not running. If I'm gonna have sex with somebody, because I'm trying to give them a good time because I love them. And we're doing something together that's super fun because we love each other. Yeah. It's like really healthy.
Do you have any like healthy relationship habits with this new person?
Well, we're both in recovery.
Great. Amazing.
Which is, I don't know if I could do it any other way.
Which, by the way, being in recovery with someone is sometimes really funny because there's a lot of like, that feels like a conversation for your sponsor. Like sometimes you can use it in a toxic to be like, well, I just feel uncomfortable. Feelings aren't facts. So you can use recovery to be super toxic in relationships.
Okay, we don't do that. Would be I would be like, oh, you did not just say that. I
feel like you owe me an amends.
Yeah, that's no.
Yeah, this feels like a 10-step.
That's
thing.
funny to me. If she said that, I'm laughing. I'm not like you're not serious. Yeah, we'd be in real trouble if you were deadly serious. I'd be like, don't be serious about that. I really love you. This is bad.
Because you both have weapons. Like you both have really wise things but we're could say.
No, we give each other advice
on
how
to. Sounds like you're building a resentment.
I communicate a lot, even when it hurts, even when I think it's going to be uncomfortable. I say it. I have to get it out, and I explain myself at first if I feel like this is going to be uncomfortable, but I feel like it has to be said, and vice versa. We talk about it, and we talk about it in a calm manner. And we always get to the bottom of it. And if I'm in the wrong, I will apologize and learn from my mistakes because I got old habits. Old me still exists. I'm still learning how to like operate in the world now. Where like old me, it's like like photos with girls. Like hey, we want to pull our titties out for a photo, and I'm like, yeah, man, of course. And now I'm like, wait. I mean, will I lose you guys as fans if I say no thank you?
Yeah.
Because I don't think I will.
You should do a bit about it, like at the end before the meet and greet. Just go like, I know you guys don't want to pull your titties out, but don't because this, like just make a bit about it so that they all know and no one's embarrassed,
Right. Well, because I've made a mistake. And, I had to tell my girlfriend.
You signed someone's boobs that came out?
I did something. Anyway, but I was like, I did
motorboated them?
No, I don't want to. No.
Okay.
I kissed somebody.
Okay. Did you talk to her about this?
I called her immediately and told.
What a fucking sweetheart. The idea that you're like, I cheated. I lovingly kissed someone.
I didn't cheat.
Is that? I know. I'm just saying.
I did it on stage.
It was on stage.
There was a girl by herself in the front row, and I was like, "You seem sad. Is everything okay?" And she's like, "My boyfriend just left me." And I was like, "Aw." I was like, "Was he an asshole?" She's like, "Yeah, he was an asshole." I was like, "Do you want to kiss me?" And like, you take a photo and post it, send it to him. Like, be
That's just helping
you. And she was like, "Yes, I do." So everybody, thought it was cute, and they all laughed. But then I was like, "You kissed a chick on stage. You gotta tell your girlfriend." And I was like, I don't want to call her and tell her. I don't want to say her face to face. I was like, "Hey, I gotta say something to you. I feel a bit stupid, but I went ahead and like kissed this. She didn't tongue her, but like I did kiss her in front of everybody on stage." And she was like, "Wow." I'm like, "I know." I was like, at the time, I thought it was funny. And I was like, I told her I had a girlfriend. I told everybody on stage. I was like, I'm not sure how my girlfriend's going to feel about this. But I was like, I was on, I was going.
I was helping her. I'm a feminist. I was helping her get through. She was
sitting there right there, sad. And she was like, he left me. And I was like, "Aw, I'll kiss you." And she thought I was hot. And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm hearing it." And she's like, well, she owns she has her own little horse carriage thing where she goes to parties and stuff where she serves non-alcoholic and alcoholic drinks to people. It's called Pony Bar.
Love.
And she was like, "Well, how would you feel if I made out with a guy at the Pony Bar?" And I'm like, I wouldn't like that. And she was like, Well, there you go.
It's pretty easy.
And I was like, you know what? I will never, ever do that again. But I was like, and then I had to explain myself. I'm like, old me, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like I was in open relationships where, you know, and on the show, I kissed girls, like girls had boobies out. Like it was never a thing.
Can I just,
but now it is.
I made fun of the poly community. I have never had such a brutal, I mean, it was brutal. Literally, I'm in an airport. My flight's delayed. I'm doing Bert Kreischer's tour. I'm doing like a Q&A on Instagram, some dumb shit to escape my own thoughts and procrastinate. And someone's like, what do you think about poly? And I just wrote like, what are we doing? Like, it's just cheating. Let's be honest. I'm like half joking, but also kind of like, you know, like, I don't even know what poly means. Like, why do I have to learn Latin every time you want to get a side chick? Like, just say it's cheating. Just say you want to be with that. Just break up. Like, I don't even know. I was just like ranting about it. And then, you know, when like a story does really well, they go, this did really well. Do you want to make it a main feed? And I'm like, sure. This put main feed. 400,000 plays in an hour. I have 2,000 comments, people being like, you're ignorant. You're not like they. And to me, when you get that, no one defends themselves unless they're guilty. Okay. Period.
I've been in it, like in it, not like little.
I'm not saying I'm for or
passing
against.
by. Well, I'm gonna say it.
Why are you guys so mad? Why are you so mad if you get to so many people and if you're so happy and your lifestyle is so dope? Why are you coming at me? Why are you so mad in the comments?
Wolfmate on Instagram, I don't flinch you. You can't settle down, and that's fine. Like it's a lot of work. There is a lot of jealousy and a lot of pressure. I'm not saying it isn't going to work for you. It's just extra.
By the way, I make fun of straight people, monogamous people, gay people. We make fun of everybody. The poly community was so defensive that I was like, I actually was joking, but now I think y'all are fishy because of how hard you came for me and have no sense of humor. You're gonna these people and not even have a sense of humor about it?
It just, I don't know why it gets.
There's something else going on.
Just have partners.
Because here's the other thing. Why does everyone need to know about it? That's the other thing. You can be that, live that life, but why is it in your IG bio? Why is it your cause? That's
because you're
what's
looking
fishy.
for more members to join your herd. That's why it's in your bio.
Why are you in my comments yelling at me? Because you think I'm gonna you think I'm gonna take away your lifestyle? It's that it's to me it's addicty behavior.
Yeah, whatever works, I'm happy for you. But man, when I was in it, it was stressful.
It seems like an addiction to chaos. It seems like it's just chaotic. I don't like chaos.
I just know that at one point I was absolutely positive that I couldn't have one partner. Like when somebody else proposed to me, it was like, let's be honest, like one person for the rest of our lives. That's crazy. And I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is everybody. I'm just saying for me, not having sex with everybody doesn't make any sense because I can't not have sex with everybody.
It's one too many, a million not enough.
Right.
So it's just never gonna end. I just personally, I think at this point, I like whatever is the hardest thing. That's my thing. Like whatever's hard. Monogamy, marriage fails. That's why it's hot to me. Like, oh, no one can do this. Like, I want to try to do it. Like, I like to do the impossible thing.
Here's
That's
my
hot
one.
to me.
I don't want to hurt anybody. And if I hurt somebody, I hate myself for it. And I don't want to hate myself anymore in my life because I've gone down that road and I know where it leads me. And I'm terrified to ever go back there. And if I have to never have sex with another person besides my girlfriend, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Because I know that the other option is that I start going, well, you're kind of piece of shit anyway, and I will not go there.
Yeah.
Ever again. I will not be like,
no
I don't like Jason.
You can't,
I love Jason. I love Jason more than and I got to say that. Way more than dicks.
Okay, I need to ask you a couple questions. When you get out of the shower,
okay.
Before you put on clothes, do you apply lotion to your body?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
Yeah. I have I have my own company, Hume Deodorant, and they have a body spray. And I do. Okay, this is gay as hell. So
it's not gay to put on lotion as a man.
I shave a lot of myself, but then I also have coconut oil, and I put it on my arms and on my chest and on my shoulders and in my butthole and around my groin and stuff.
Right.
Then I come out, put my Hume deodorant on. Then I put the Hume body mist spray on my arms and my shoulders and on my chest and
Your
in my,
skin is
in my groin.
flawless.
And then I use moisturizer and
What
I
kind?
use Kiehl's.
Great.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I think it's kind of a scam, but okay.
Is it?
I think so.
Can you give me one that isn't?
Yes.
Because I want a better one.
Yes.
And then I do the drippy thing. I got one time from a massage place, the drippy oil stuff.
Okay.
And I apply it nicely with my 2 fingers.
Nice.
Because I learned that from a lady.
Men putting lotion.
No, because somebody pointed out to me because I just go,
men
and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Putting moisturizer on." They're like, "You don't do it like that." I'm like, "I do." And they're like, well, how do you want me to do it? It's like, you slowly.
No, men putting lotion on, they're just like, "We got this." Yeah. You're like, "No, dude, you don't just."
You got lotion on you at all times.
At all times, yes.
You're another level.
I put lotion on truly constantly. But yeah, you guys.
But look at her.
You guys put lotion on the way you on women's faces. You're like, "That'll do."
Oh, I direct my.
Where?
I'm pretty good with a shot. I could draw a smiley face on you if you want.
Your jeans. So, how often do you wash your jeans?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, I don't like dirty stuff on me.
I think Jason and I are soulmates. Is this weird?
No, I'm a lot like a lady. Like I have a lady. I understand women.
That's not a lady. That's a sane person who doesn't want to make Wuhan in their pants. I mean, it feels like a very safe. It's just hygiene. It's just basic hygiene. Go.
I like hygiene a lot. I don't like stinky people.
When you shower, do you wash your legs?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is.
Yeah, I don't get that.
We can't do this.
What
I'm falling in love with you. I'm just falling in love with you.
Yeah,
it's not.
I'm pretty lovable, as I've already said several times in this interview.
How many more hearts do you need to tattoo on your face for people to see that you're not a rough person?
Because dumb people from a distance think it's a teardrop, which is so stupid.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not like that at all, you know?
There is this like sweetness, like deep sweetness and like desire to be loved. And because think about it, the kind of person that signs up to hurt themselves just to entertain people, just to give them, you know, a minute of like, it's like comics. Like we just like emotionally cut ourselves just to make drunk strangers that we don't even know. They could be murderers for all, and all I want to do is bring them joy. It's all I want to do is bring strangers joy. They probably don't even think women are funny. They probably hate, fine, I'm going to drive into town and leave my son to make you drunk strangers laugh.
But we're doing it for ourselves too, though.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah, but like, you know.
To us, a lot of us.
Yeah.
We skateboarded by ourselves.
Right.
And we got off
on doing
ourselves. Oh yeah.
Totally. But wasn't the goal to always do it in front of people eventually?
Yeah, it's cool, but to me, the greatest thing that I will ever get from skateboarding, because it's over for me. I'm retired. My heyday's long gone. And now I have it, because you die when you retire. Like a part of you dies. Because that's who I am. I'm Jason Ellis, the skateboarder. When I sign autographs, I still have a skateboard underneath the name Ellis, because that's what I am. I will always be that, no matter what happens in the future. I am a skateboarder. But having like people recognizing me or doing good in a contest or having a good video part is awesome. I love that stuff. But the best thing I ever got from skateboarding by far was, at one point I could make it do whatever I wanted it to do, and the friendships.
I want to talk about your tour.
Yeah.
TheJasonEllis.com. You're going to St. Louis. You're going to be in Hollywood, Buffalo. Total stand-up tour. Philly, Indianapolis, Raleigh, Atlanta.
It's crazy.
Insane.
It started happening this year.
Will you do more shows with me?
Please.
Would you?
And what
really?
is that? What is that? I will go on the road. I will go anywhere with you. Anytime.
I love you. Let's do it.
Not maybe. I would. Please.
Let's
can I go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm not joking. Like
neither am I.
It's the greatest joy of my life.
I love you.
I want to be on the road with Whitney Cummings so bad. Like I just feel like you're with me. Like, do I have brain cancer? No one's telling me. Is this a Make-A-Wish thing again? Because I don't. I'm dying, aren't I?
Where are you? Yeah.
You guys are doing this with Nigga Like Jay, so you're dead next week. Why am I so lucky?
Because you're doing the work and you're clear, and that makes you funnier.
Yeah.
I don't do favors when it comes to people paying money to come see a show. I don't do favors.
I have got way better. I don't want to get too cocky, but I am like pretty funny right now.
I love you guys. Jason Ellis, you're the best. Thank you for doing
Thanks for
this.
having me.
I love you. Don't ride elephants. TheJasonEllis.com. Love you.